They
Yeah.
come to me and they'll be like, I've been doing this for years and I feel a bit better, but it doesn't really resolve the problem and my reflux has come back. And they're restricted their diet so much. But it's important for us to remember that your digestive capacity is reliant on a good amount of nutrients. You can't underfuel and undernourish and expect
Yeah.
everything to work. So the goal has to be able to find a way for people to navigate eating a wider range of foods without the pain and discomfort. But we have to go at a pace that's right for them. And like I said, keep going through this north to south process to make sure every bit works efficiently before we move on to the next phase.
Yeah. So basically, it's that it's not what you input, it's how you do it, the whole process, right?
Yeah. It is a bit of obviously what you input. You know, if you're going to eat fast food 3 times a day, you're asking for trouble. But anyone here watching these videos, I doubt they are doing that because they've been through, it's painful to have acid in the wrong places. It's painful to have bloating and gas build up in our tiny intestinal tubes. It's uncomfortable. And people would have already been through that process where they would have tried a lot of different processes or diets to resolve the problem. And so there's this very confused state people get in where they're like, well, I'm just a lost cause. I'm just going to have to put up with this and I'm just going to have to take PPIs or Gaviscon for the rest of my life and hope for the best. But there is a solution to it, but it requires consistency, patience, and it requires the right knowledge for you because each case is going to be personalized. One person might need more neurological support to help their vagus nerve produce the right messages. The other person might need some help with SIBO or with IBS, or some people might have a hiatus hernia. So there's a functional issue with the way that the digestive system works. So it's very nuanced. And so when you go on Google for the answers, and this is why Google and ChatGPT, they're great for so many things, but they're not great for this because you're going to get a set of issues of processes to follow. And it's not going to be the right process for you personally because you're you and you're unique and you have a unique lifestyle and unique stress levels. Maybe you're not sleeping. Maybe you're going through the menopause and so many layers to this.
Yeah, I can very much agree on that. On the internet, we work a lot with AI for editing text for us and for editing. And the answer it comes up with the general view that you find on the internet, because that's basically where they draw the information from, is very limited. And it's just the usual bunch of information that you find, which does not really help to go into the details. That's also why we do this.
Yeah, and this is the horrible thing is when people get to this frustrated stage, they either just say, well, I might as well eat what I want and don't really worry about it because nothing seems to matter. Or they just haven't found the right path for them. And that's a horrible, frustrating situation for people when they're stuck. But the restriction, the dietary restriction, in my mind and what I've seen, is where people most get stuck. They get the most stuck because they're restricting and they carry on restricting their diet and they're not actually getting any better.